is Sami. Today we're heading to Suomenlinna, or the Finnish castle. It's a group of 5 islands near the coast of Helsinki. And from here I'm going by boat that belongs to the public transportation from Helsinki mainland to the Suomenlinna group of islands and its church. And here we could see the church. It's a very beautiful place. It's a hot spot for tourists and locals to spend good time, and it's also historically important. Lots of historical events have happened here. It's also one attractive place for weddings for locals here. They held a lot of wedding parties at the Suomenlinna or the Finnish Castle Church, and I'm going to this way to the church. I'm just showing now the main buildings here. They're quite old. They were built about at least 2 centuries ago, and usually people who come by sea to Helsinki, they see this group of islands first thing, the first land they see. So today luckily is a sunny day. Lots of people are going out to the Suomenlinna. It's quite a big place, so I'm not going to explore the whole thing, just going to the church mainly. So historically it's very important. Here we go, that's the church, the very beautiful church. It was, Suomenlinna was built originally by Swedish royalty as a way to defend against the Tsar in Russia, and it was taken over eventually by Russians, and then it was like the war zone between Russians from one side and English and French armies from the other side. Later on, after that war, the Russians had built all the buildings that we could see now, including this church. That was originally an Orthodox church, and in about 1920s it was converted into a Lutheran church. It had 5 domes, but now the domes were removed somewhere in Helsinki, and that's what we have now. The one very special thing about this church and makes it very unique, that it also doubles as a lighthouse, the place that gives light signal to help navigation in the sea, and it gives us for the letter H for Helsinki in the Morse code. And here we're going inside the church. There are chains around it. I think they look just magnificent, and it's kind of like a big park where people just laying down today and having sun. And this is towards the inside of the church. It's important to mention that this whole Suomenlinna group of islands is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and I think that started since 1991. It reads Suomenlinna Kirkko, the Castle of Finland church. Of the church of the Castle of Finland. We're going inside now. Now leaving the church, I love these gigantic chains in the front yard. They just give another majestic sense to the whole church and the whole Suomenlinna Islands. And by the way, this group of islands are not just like a museum. There are actually people living there, about 900 people living here, so it's a community. And there, the bell of the church, of course. And that's a nice cafe here for visitors or people who pass by. I really love these chairs that are just like at the side of the road. And this spooky house is one of the main features of Suomenlinna. I don't know if there is any historical background of this house, but it just creeps me out. Here in front of my camera now is a nice German family that I later got to meet, and they were very sweet and very friendly. They're taking photo now for the whole family. So that's the most thing I love about going to new places and traveling and just being out in general and trying to meet new people, or just not trying but just letting them meet you, just letting people to discover who you are. That by itself, I think, improves one's mind and expands all the perception of the whole world and makes literally a better person. And I believe of the quote of Yeats that says, "There are no strangers here, only friends you haven't yet met." So here we go, that nice girl of that family will just be in front of my camera for the rest of this walk until the sea. And then we just ended up having photos for each other, like I helped them with taking photo for all of them, and they took photo of me also later on. And that's the boat, the Suomenlinna boat, that's going to take us from here back to the Helsinki mainland. I love it, it's nice, and the view, like the sea, is very beautiful from this boat. And what's also fantastic about it, that it belongs to the public transportation ticket, the same ticket that goes for buses and trains and trams, so you don't have to pay extra for that. Here's the view from here, and this is Suomenlinna, and that's the mainland Helsinki, where we're heading to. And that was our trip to Suomenlinna, the Castle of Finland. We just arrived back to the Helsinki mainland.